SSM's Wednesday Global Africa program brings to you our news stories, exclusive reporting, and SSM perspectives on the day's top news. Plus, the inside scoop on Africa's most important developing stories. Join us on Wednesdays, 11 a.m. West African time. In a world where news flies around every minute, you need the ability to relate and connect with what matters and stay up to date. Schengen Story Media News Echoes program is Africans in Diaspora and at Home's leading English news network, one of the most trusted, respected sources for news updates on current affairs as they affect global Africa.
Hello, viewers. Hello, audience. You're welcome. You're tuning to Wednesday Global Africa Update, SSM, Schengen Story Media. My name is Mark Godwin Iweajunwa, and as usual, I do this with my colleagues from different parts of the world. Joining me from Toronto, Canada is Sir George Chukwu. Sir George Chukwu, good morning. Good day to you.
Good morning, Massive Mark. It's good day to you. It's good morning to me. I want to welcome viewers from around the world, from Toronto, Canada. We are here in Global Africa to give you the recent happenings and what's trending around the world.
Nice, Sir George. Sir George, a lot is trending, a lot. Okay, our viewers, what we do is we bring what really matters, keep you up to date, and this is what we've come to do this morning. Sir George,
Yes.
A lot is happening. Let's begin with some not too good news. The incessant killings by armed militia group gang in Nigeria, Sir George. It's getting out of control. It doesn't look like the federal government is doing anything much. Yesterday we had in Plateau State, viewers, Plateau State is south central of Nigeria, right there in the middle of Nigeria is a state called Plateau. We had genocidal killings, and a lot of people were there. The official rate is 50 people that have been killed, but we know it's far more than that. They say thousands have been rendered homeless, and as a result of these sponsored genocide killings. Sir George, let's talk about these killings in Nigeria.
I know this is it's just getting out of hand, and this recent killing on there's called the Houthi Mangona district of Boko local government area in Plateau State. Around 40 to 50 people were killed, about 1,000 were displaced, and about 383 houses were burnt. And this appears to be nothing but a coordinated effort to displace the indigenous inhabitants of this land. It's been happening for so many years. And each time it happens, nothing is being done. All they do is they gather all these people and they put them into ID camps, and because they want them completely displaced. They say that the gunmen arriving in a large number of motorcycles not only killed residents, but also they take their foods, destroy their homes, ensuring survivors have no means of return. And what they do, they easily carry them and put them in ID camps. Therefore, these houses and these homes were being re-inhabited by some of these Fulani people, whatever they call them. But this is nothing but a collaborative effort, because if the government, this has been happening for how many years now, and the government is doing nothing, and they're seeing it blatantly happening again and again and again. But a little thing will happen anywhere else, they will get the soldiers in those places. Why is the government not taking the soldiers in this Plateau State? And why is this repeatedly happening and nothing is being done? So this seems like, it's a genocidal type of, killing to ensure that these people are displaced. And let me tell you another thing that a lot of people are not thinking about. The only person that could have done this is Asiwaju. But look at what the governor is saying. Governor is saying that this particular attack now is a fight between the farmers, which has nothing. This is politically correct, but that's not the real reason why this thing has been happening for the past several years and nothing is being done. Enough could be enough if somebody want to rise up and say, stop it, and they will stop it. These are, herdsmen riding the motorcycles with ammunitions that you cannot even get anywhere from Nigeria. Who is giving them this ammunition? Who is funding them? It's so sad. Very, very sad.
Who is funding them? Who is funding them? George, you've just broken it down. Well, the governor is saying that they are doing their best to check this whole thing, but it doesn't look like it's being controlled at all.
Their best is not good enough.
Genocidal attack on that whole community, the Bokos.
Look at this. Look at this.
Community.
Look at this.
Yes.
Governor Caleb Mafwang described the attacks as an organized crime by conflict merchants. Can you imagine that? Conflict merchants. These are herdsmen that come on motorcycles, and then they're killing people. Just destroying homes. What conflict merchants are there? These people are farmers. This is where our food was coming from in the past, and most of them are in ID camps right now, and nothing is happening in that land. The governor needs to wake up and tell us the truth. Who is funding these herdsmen that are coming in and killing innocent citizens? And let me tell you another thing. Most of this area in Plateau State are inhabited by Christians, and that is the reason why they are trying to replace them with Muslims. Let's call enough and tell the truth as it is.
George, you're saying it. George, one more thing to put into this whole thing is that the bandits have taken over all the communities in that place, and the bandits have taken over all the communities. But in Borno State, Nigeria, Borno is not too far from Jos Plateau. In Borno State, the governor is saying something different. He said they are taking charge. He said even though these bandits are taking control, that they are putting a lot into taking charge and making sure it doesn't get out of control. That is Zulum. Babangana Zulum said that they renewed attack. They've renewed the attack on Boko Haram, and they are really doing a lot to make sure they don't spread further. So we're getting all of this information, but we need to really see that things are really working as the government says, because we notice it's not really like that. A lot of the death is, somebody said, it's far more than the 50 people that they claim to have died. They say it's a huge number of innocent lives that have gone in that part of Jos Plateau. So sad, George, so sad. Viewers, the pictures we have are so graphics. We can't show you. They don't look too good. Gory, barbaric videos and pictures that we have here. So we try to limit that so that we don't offend some people, and the network also doesn't get some penalty for that. But George, what do you think could be a way out of all of this? What could begin as a solution?
The only way out of this. The only way. Can you hear me? The only way out of this is to tell us the truth. And the only way out of this is to have an independent investigation to find out who are the people funding these marauders, or whatever you call them. Because the facts are there. I don't care what the governors are saying. They're being politically correct. That's what they're doing. And let me tell you another thing. It's a concerted effort by the Fulanese to do this. Like it or not, there is nothing we can say about that. The Fulanese are the ones that are putting these things together, replacing these people. That's what it is. Look at every single individual who is a governor who is talking about this. What do you expect them to say? To say something different? No, they're not going to do that. So let's face facts. The facts are there. People are looking. Generations of people are being wiped away, completely destroyed, and nobody is saying anything. The government is there. Oh, we're doing the best. Your best is not good enough. Because if this was something else that is happening somewhere else that you deem to be important, you would have taken the soldiers and put it there. Where are the police officers who went to stop, people that are constitutionally just, in trying to talk about, bad governance? That's when you will see the military, man. That's when you will see all these police officers. They will go against innocent citizens who are trying to, put out just tell the world that the government is not working for them. These are constitutional rights. So what we need to do is to face facts. Face facts and ensure that lives are preserved. Because this is nothing but a concerted, collaborative effort to destroy these people and replace them. It's genocidal, a killing.
Okay, viewers, this is it, George. You're putting it very well. Like you can see on that graph, that's Plateau right there. In the map of Nigeria, right in the middle of Nigeria, is a beautiful city. I have lived in Jos for some time. I've been there several times too, and it hurts me to see that they do this to these people, because the Plateau people. But George, before we continue, let's bring in another diva that is surprising us with our inaugural appearance. That's one and only diva, BD Nana. You're welcome to Wednesday Global Africa Update, SSM. Can you hear us there? BD?
Good morning. Good morning, Sir George. Using massive mic. I am so happy to see you guys again.
Good morning, BD.
I've missed you people so much.
Yes, BD, we're excited.
It's good to have you here to brighten up our morning. With all the bad news we are reporting, you make us feel happier than what we are supposed to be. Thanks for your presence.
BD will give us some of her views too. Thank you, George. BD, you look good, stunning, beautiful, nice.
I'm happy to.
Good.
Nigerians will say you look take away.
Take away. That's the word. Okay.
I want to be taken away. I want to be taken away.
BD, it's very crucial, the discussion this morning, with the news, the announcement we got from the Plateau governor yesterday, Mafunwang. We're not happy that once again Plateau is experiencing this gruesome attack, innocent lives being taken out for nothing, all for no reason, people killed. Tell us, what do you have on the Plateau attack during the week? Bokos, the Bokos local government.
In the Bokos local government, presently, over 52 people have been unalive in Bokos, but the media is reporting 52 people that have been unalive. It's really terrible. The way Nigerian government is handling the killing in Plateau, one will keep questioning, why is it so? Considering how Nigerian government, the Senate, the NANS, all of them stood Edo State. Now, one question every Nigerian is asking, that they didn't know that Nigerian government can actually stand up and question why is Nigerians are being killed. But look at what is going on in Bokos in Plateau State. And you know that this is not the first time it's happening. Yes. It's like, if you come to Nigeria, Plateau and Benue has been the major targets in unaliving Nigerians. And Nigerian government have not actually stood their ground to say, no, this has to stop. They've not done that. As we speak now, the president of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is not even in the country. And
Yes,
before
we'll
he
come to
left,
that.
he said he has
Mhm.
given order for them for them to arrest the people who are behind the killing in Plateau. And what we see each time is that government comes out to make a statement to make sure that they bring to book what is happening in Plateau. Now, one of the things people keep questioning is this: the government who said they are questioning the
People,
killing are actually
yes.
turning deaf ear eyes to the happening in Plateau State.
Mhm.
Because this is my first day here. I wouldn't want to say it the way I would like to say it. Let's be civil.
Let's be
But it's
civil.
really horrible
Okay.
the way Nigerians are being killed and things are not done about it.
Thank you. It's we appreciate your being conscious of probably looking not being too aggressive, but the situation on ground is pathetic. George was saying some things earlier on, and I was adding to it that I lived in Jos. You guys might not know this. I lived in Jos, and that's a beautiful city to destroy like this. I also traveled to the outskirts of Plateau, and I saw beautiful vegetation, beautiful landmarks, and everything. But now seeing this, it hurts me because those people actually don't have, they are not as volatile as the core Northerners. The Plateau and the Benue people are one soft, mannered people. They are very homely. They like their self, their communal self. So to come and attack them, kill them like this is really, really sad. I think they see that they are vulnerable. That's why they come on them like this. George, what do you think?
Well, what else can you call it? That's exactly what it is. I mean, if you have to report a news, okay, listen to this. Like what she just said. What's happening in River State today? The
Okay.
government took a very strict orders, sent military men there. Why are these military men not going to Plateau State when this thing has been happening for the past several years, even during the Jonathan era? It's been happening. So if it is, look at that. If it's so consistent and we know the reason why it's being done, it's almost like Boko Haram when it first started. We know where it
Mm-hmm.
came from. We know who
Mm-hmm.
are the people sponsoring it. But the
Mm-hmm.
point about it is you gotta be politically correct, or else you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
be, you're gonna be maligned. But the point about it is this: the truth is facing us right in our faces. We are humans. These people are being wiped away. These generations are being wiped away from this place, and nobody is doing anything. Anything that you're hearing from the governors and anything you're hearing from the central government are nothing but excuses. If they want to clip this and go to the root causes, they can. But the reason why they are not is only for us to determine. Each individual will determine, why is this happening? It's nothing but a genocidal replacement theory where they're moving the people from there, put them in ID camps, and replacing them with who they consider to be the survivors of the fittest. It's sad. It's just almost like what Trump is trying to do in Gaza Strip to
Okay,
remove
we'll
all
come to
the
that.
people there.
Anyway,
Yeah, we're going to come to that
yes,
next week, but
we'll
on
come to
Friday.
that.
But it's
Viewers,
almost acting to that.
Viewers, you are tuned in to Wednesday,
You see,
the 9th of April. Yeah, Biddy, I want to ask you something. Is it true that the governor of Borno, that's Zulu, Babagana Zulu, he's saying that they are making more effort in Borno State. He said the Boko Haram people are losing ground. In his words, he said his administration is being very supportive with the military to fight the Boko Haram and every other terrorist, and they are really doing that, facing them one on one, and Boko Haram is losing ground. Do you agree with that, Bidi? Do you agree with what Zulum said?
I totally disagree to that. I totally disagree to that. See, this is not the first time we have had such statements. This government, the present governments in power in Nigeria are good with such lip services. They'll come out and they tell Nigerians what they believe that Nigerians want to hear. But at the end, you find out that it was all lies. I totally did not agree to this. It's not true. There's nothing true about what they just said. Do you understand? It's not true. Because this is not the first time they're saying it. So, and if I should tell you what is happening in Borno State, even when the governor is saying this, you will not believe it, but that's not what we are talking about. Now, do you know that in Plateau State, as we speak, about 1,820 people have been displaced? And these people are not just unaliving these people, killing these people. They are killing it, they are destroying properties. And the Nigerian government are still sitting down, speaking grammar, but they were quick to move into Uromi, Edo State, but they were quick to move into Edo State and River States. Do you understand? And now another thing why this thing Nigeria should be concerned. Now they've displayed about 1,820 people in Plateau State. Massive man, Sir George. In the next 3 months, go to that village. You will see that other people have replaced them. Even the IDP camp we're talking about, Nigerians are not safe. Do you understand? So that's why you now begin to question what is actually happening in Nigeria. Most times, this kind of war has been tagged to be a religious war. But it's obvious that this has nothing to do with religion. This is pure business in Nigeria with Western world.
All right,
and Nigerian government knows about it.
Let me
not to do anything about it. But it's unfortunate that the Nigerians themselves who have not realized this to come together to join force to save themselves. Recently, the DG of DSS said it that the only way Nigerians can get saved is for them to unite and protect themselves. He cited an example of what happened in Bauchi State, how Bauchi people came after these herdsmen, killed them, destroyed them, and since then, you can never hear that such news in Tafawa Balewa in Bauchi State. And he said that this is what Nigerians need to do, that it's time we mobilize together, defend and protect themselves. That if Nigerians are still waiting for army, police, or DSS to protect them, that certainly they will not get that protection because there are not much police, army in Nigeria or DSS to protect all the Nigerians. That they only attempt to organize problem, not this kind of little problem in the villages and in town. And Nigerians will hear this, they will still sit down, fold their hands, or maybe probably when Nigerians decide to defend themselves, the same government will come asking them, why did you defend yourself?
All right, thank you. Bidi, you said
the life of people are not actually securing us.
You've said a lot here. Thank you so much. I want to, because the numbers of our viewers increasing as it's going on. Viewers, you're tuning to Wednesday Global Africa Update, and we are talking about this very unnecessary incessant killings of Nigerians by armed militia groups, different groups. They call them. They come in numbers. They take people's life and put community in real terrible state. George, let's wrap this up on this topic. It's probably not going to end with this Plateau thing now. We know more attacks might happen. We're not predicting, but since much is not done as a solution, George, what will you say should happen? What could be your small solution to
the only person that I know that can stop this is our current president. That's the only person I know that can stop it. Buhari was not able to stop it, intentionally unable to stop it. The only person that I know right now that can stop this is our current president. We are calling on you, sir. Please look at your conscience and look at your heart. Look into what is happening in Plateau State, in Borno State, and the rest of them in that area. These are lives, innocent lives that are being killed, displaced from their own houses, and their children are in dire need of education. These are the future leaders of Nigeria. Please, the same way you sent military men to River State, to other places where there is a state of emergency. There is a state of emergency in Plateau State. Please help us to save these lives. Yes, you can. We know you can. All you need to do is to make up your mind and send the necessary people that are ready to stop the killing in this place. Please do that, because we are looking at lives being destroyed daily, and it is unacceptable internationally and locally. Thank you, sir.
Wow. Thank you, George. Thank you. That's your submission. All right, guys. BD, you want to say something? I wanted us. Okay. Add to that. Okay. Add to that. Add to that, BD.
Sir George has said it. Sir George has said it, and all what he said is truth. But let me be frank with you. Our president is at the crossroad. They are holding him at the scrutiny. You know why I said that? He has the ability, he has the power to stop what is actually going on in the country. But because of his selfish interest, he might not be able to stop it. You know why I said that? Our president is interested in second tenure. And if he stand up to act like the Tinubu I know, it will cost him his second tenure. And because he doesn't want that to lose out in that second tenure, he will give in to a lot of things so that he can have his way for 2027. That's all I know about this.
I can add to that. The president is not going to lose. The president is not going to lose the second term.
No, George, don't worry.
The president is not going to lose it, and I'm going to tell you like it is. You might say that he's trying to appease some people, but I tell you, lives are being taken away. I know that this man is a man of compassion. Let him go and do the right thing and save lives. That's it.
All right, viewers, you are tuned into, yes, you're with us, and I'm happy with the number of viewers here with us. This SSM Global Wednesday African update. George, you need to tell us something on this. It's a short one before we go on the break. The NDLA is saying that there is a Canadian-grown cannabis that is in high demand in Nigeria. BD, I don't know if you also have that news. During the week, at the Tinkan Island port, the NDLA boss said they squashed a big container, large quality of this cannabis coming from Montreal, Canada. George, tell us what are your guys doing bringing drugs?
What we have seen is that the NDLA has uncovered about 63.7 kilograms of Canadian-grown cannabis, smuggled in mattresses and car trunks at Tinkan Island, Port Harcourt Port, Lagos. Now one of the things I know a statement was made by Commander Michel Ofoyeju. He warned that Nigerian users spray. He said he was warning that Nigerian weed smokers wanted the high potency of imported cannabis. But the point about it is this: the truth of the matter is that's not what it is. The motivation behind all of this is money. So let's just blame it on the people that are demanding high potency cannabis from Canada. What is being grown in Nigeria is just as good and is more potent because it's organic. What they're growing locally. So they're trying to blame it on on the people making demands for high this thing. So the point is, Canada legalized marijuana in this country, and because of that, you can legally go to outlets and buy these. But when you see this kind of quantity coming in, that means it's organized crime that is doing this, and they're doing it in such a way, hiding it in mattresses and trunk cars and all that kind of stuff. NDLA, they did good. Kudos to them. Let them continue, because it is not about the high demand of Canadian cannabis that is fueling this. What is fueling it is people trying to make money. Simple, straightforward, and that's it. And now
that's it.
That is
George, that's it. George.
Now what they need to do is we need to call the local government, especially the Montreal area, for them to ensure that most of the things that are being shipped out of those places are checked thoroughly, in order not to allow this to happen again, because it's bringing a bad name to Canada. We don't want that.
Terrible. Now, BD, added to what George just said, there's a growing phenomenon in Nigeria among the youths. The drug abuse is getting out of control. We see the balloon. Some people inhale balloon. Some people inhale all kind of crazy things, and it's destroying lives. I mean, George was calling them the leaders of tomorrow. If the leaders of tomorrow are all drug-filled, what can they do leading? How can they lead? Did it help us? Why the escalating rise of drug taking in Nigeria? Why was that? Is it the frustration? Is it economic situation?
High intake of drugs.
Mm-hmm.
The escalating high intake of drug in Nigeria goes down to what Sir George said. It's all about business. In the world of today, more especially in Nigeria, people are more interested in making money than more interested in what they get. Now, looking at the last one we deal with, when they call White Stone, the one, I've forgotten. Remember, it rained.
Yeah, that's
it's called crystal meth. Crystal meth.
Yeah,
crystal meth.
Yeah, it took a lot of lives of Nigeria. At the end, what happened? They were Nigerians with people from Western world who were interested in bringing those drugs. They were cartel who started bringing those things into Nigeria. They didn't just wake up and start smoking it. They find that it was available for them and they start taking it. Do you understand? So it goes down, each time I talk, I said, if you have a government that regulates things, if government regulation is strong and is working very well, some certain things will not be happening. This shows the loophole of the government who are not doing their work properly well. So it all starts from people who want to make money. And in the world of today, a lot of people, they don't care. All what they want is that money. They don't know, or they don't want to know whose life is going down or whose generation is going down. All they're interested is putting money into their pocket. And that is actually what is happening in Nigeria today. When I see a lot of young people, and when I tell you young people, you think I'm talking about teenagers. I'm talking about young people. Go to secondary school, go to primary school. The one we did that was in February. It was in primary school, primary 5. We saw children. I was like, where is this coming from? Now, I bring a lot of blame to the parents. Do you understand? Now, you have a child that is in school. By the time the child comes in, you should be able to monitor your child. You should know when your child's body movement changes. But a lot of parents are not paying attention to a lot of details. Do you understand? Now, you cannot just put all the thing in the head of teacher, because the teacher has her or his own problem they are dealing with. Do you know, they are in that school for business. So you should be able to be sensitive around your children, because it can't tell me why children in primary school are doing drugs. When we went to that school, we saw them, they brought slippers, they will slide the slippers open, rubber, and they put some certain things, and they will be hailing it, and they will get high. So it shows you that the society generally is in a mess. And all of us needs to come together and do something about it.
Yes, we need to. And I want to say kudos, thank you to organizations doing their beats on this whole thing. There's an organization called Creative Industry Group in Nigeria. Last time they had a march, a demonstration on the streets of Lagos, putting an awareness. BD, you're also doing a great job there. We will do more. Nigerians in diaspora we need to come out more, tell our people drug kills. We see the repercussion, the consequences of those drug taking. We see it out here too. George, I know you're seeing.
Can I? Yeah, let me say something.
Okay, go ahead, George.
I mean, we cannot blame the government. The government placed a law that these illegal substances are not allowed into the country. Now you have money-hungry individuals that are trying to find ways. Look at what they did, how they discovered this one. It was in mattresses. How many mattresses are you going to destroy, all in the name of looking for drugs? People are coming up with ideas. ways of, hiding these things. They put it in the trunk of the cars, they put it in their tires, they put it all over. So the government they can't just, it's not possible for them to be able to, find some of these ways. Like, for instance, right now, when they have discovered this, now you can assure yourself that all the mattresses that are coming in are going to be checked. So you can't blame the government for people just masterminding ways of bringing in drugs or doing some of these illegal things. Look at the United States of America. We can boast on their own protection, but yet look at Canada. These drugs are coming in. So people are masterminding and finding ways of bringing this in. You cannot be blaming the government, and you cannot be blaming the parents. Why is that? Children are in school. They are being influenced by peers. So you cannot say, children. I was a child. I grew up in Nigeria, and I know how I was able to do a few things that my parents would never even find out. Sneaking out of a boarding school to do things because I felt it was cool. So you can't blame the parents. All we're going to do is the best we can to reduce the influx of importation of these drugs or illegal bringing in of these drugs, and stop them so that our children can live a better life.
Yeah, I know you guys have so much to say today. Do we go on a small break?
Let's go on a small break and continue.
Let me just say the little thing.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
I totally agree with Sir George, but I'm speaking based on Nigerian experience. In Nigeria, that's why I said government. Let me say, I just want to say this. In Nigeria, do you know that many police officers knows where they sell hard drugs in Nigeria? They know. And those people who sells those hard drugs, tip them. They settle them. Yes, those people who sell hard drugs in Nigeria, most Nigerian police know where they sell them. They settle them. And if it gets to a period when they've not gotten that settlement, they will go and bust them. But as long as they are settling them, they are paying them, they are giving them what they need, they allow them sell their drugs. Is that not inability of government to do the things properly? So that's where I blame the government. That's for me.
That's for you. All right,
that's individuals that are doing illegal things. No, individuals who choose to do bad things, not the government. The police officers who know where these things are. No, hold tight. No. You can be in the government, that the seat of the government, as Asiwaju is our president today, we can bring another president with a different kind of character. So that is not the government, it's individual making decisions to do illegal things. And not all the police officers are doing the same. There are corrupt police officers. There are good, the majority of them are good.
Yeah, George, what BD is saying is, as long as it's that from that side, that sector, it's government. I mean, we know the police works, their security arm of a government. So if they are involved,
it's an allegation that is not confirmed until
George, but George,
it's an allegation.
No.
I'm just saying.
It's happening. We all know it's happening. There are bad cops anyway. Not all the cops. There are bad cops
all over the world, in every government.
Right, gentlemen.
In every government.
It's beautiful having you guys. I mean, I'm excited. PD's here on our first relaunch, and let's go on this small break. We'll be back.
So who takes it?
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerian soul are proud to serve our sovereign motherland.
This is everything you need to marry a Nigerian girl. Her father gave me a list of 39 items which include a live goat. The first place I went was the bulk food market to gather the yam, palm oil, baskets of fruit, and dried fish known as ejaosan. And it's not just one yam or liter of palm oil, I am buying large quantities. It was pouring rain and I rented boots to make it through the mud, but it is worth it to marry my beautiful bride. In Nigeria, they practice dowry for marriage, paid to the family. In the Yoruba culture, each item is symbolic and not really a payment to the family, but rather proving your worth to marry her. And prove it I did by next heading to the goat market, where I spoke with a house of men to find the meatiest goat. This is the one I picked, and surprisingly, the goat at only $40 is one of the cheapest items on the list. This can't be done in one day, so after the rain cleared, I went to Mushin Main Market to find the kola nut, both bitter and regular, the alligator pepper, the adun, which specifically said I needed to buy plenty, and bottle of raw honey, which symbolizes that our marriage will be sweet. Next, I had to gather biscuits, bulk packs of different drinks, wine, and semen schnapps, as well as a suitcase full of new clothes for my fiancé to prove I can provide for her in the marriage. And lastly, the marriage Bible, as God will always come first. It is possible to pay someone to buy these items, but for me, I wanted the experience myself. Finally, we brought all these items to the family home for the wedding day. It is not easy to marry a Yoruba girl, but my bride is strong, smart, loving, beautiful, and completely worth it.
SSM's Wednesday Global Africa program brings to you our news stories, exclusive reporting, and SSM perspectives on the day's top news. Plus, the inside scoop on Africa's most important developing stories. Join us on Wednesdays, 11 a.m. West African time.
Yes, George, we're back. Viewers, we're back.
Yes.
Wednesday, 9th of April, 2025. We are doing our Wednesday Global Africa update. George, more issues, more things happening. PD, we hope you're there too. Are you there with us? PD, can you hear me? Okay, I think we lost her there. George, let's go
No, her voice.
Okay, her voice. George, let's come to the situation in the economic situation in the world. As of this morning, we even heard that the Trump war on tariff has gone global, and he has declared war on the world. It's like a world war, economic world war taking effect now. And global stock has plunged again as at yesterday to this morning. A lot of things are happening now, but we want to look at it from the Nigerian perspective also. Nigeria Minister of Trade says that yes, the tariff will threaten Nigeria, like we said last Friday, Thursday. She said $6 billion of exports will be affected, but she said that Nigeria is also looking to ways of strategies to jump this whole tariff thing. George, let's talk about the economy. World economy. Tell us, what do you know? Trump?
Well, like what we discussed last time, you know, the era of free trade is eroding in our own presence. The era where, you know, there is, you know, World Trade Organization put laws that affects everybody. The one we had a free trade agreement that was prospering many countries. Those years are gone. What we are seeing is a new era. We are entering into the third day, if we call it that. A third day is a day where when there might be a third world war, and it is it's starting with economy. The world economy. You know, the U.S. criticized Nigerian imports restrictions on 25 products already. You know, I know that, you know, the lady was talking about things. The U.S. actually came out and criticized Nigeria, you know, because Nigeria put import restrictions on 25 categories affecting the American exports like agriculture, pharmaceuticals, and in response, that's what they're saying, that because of the response, they're putting 14% tariff on Nigeria, on Nigerian goods, and then it's sparking some, you know, tension. But the good news that I'm saying, I said it last time, Nigeria is not exporting a lot of goods. That has been our problem. Now, one major issue is If Nigeria was exporting or are dependent on exporting other goods rather than crude oil, we would have been in a dire state. But as it stands, it's not going to affect us that much. You see what's happening between US and China. Trump is already signing a new law to increase Chinese goods coming into US to 104% or thereabout. So it's a trade war that is going on. He is introducing it and he is liking it. Recently, he just said something that world leaders are kissing my ass. He loves it. So that's what he said. He said it. I did not. I'm quoting him. They're kissing his ass, in order to, and that's what Trump loves. And he is just using it as a way to create unease around the world. But I am telling you, based on because the Republicans now, they have the House and they have the Senate, it will be difficult to stop this. I don't know how they even have the Supreme Court in their corner. So whatever he decides to do, he's able to get away with it until the midterm election. So as far as we are concerned, Nigeria, we are sitting pretty, because some of the things America, what they import to us is more than what we export to them, with the exception of the crude oil.
All right, George. George, you just put some perspective there. George, let's see this small clip SSM did this morning in relating to what we're discussing. Let's.
Stock markets were in free fall around the world today.
They're dying to make a deal, but I said, we're not going to have deficits with your country.
Okay. It also says that China, Japan, and the Chinese and the Japan are experiencing a lot of losses this morning due to this whole world war on Trump's war on tariff. Now, George, yes, you talked about our trade minister and what they said, but in situations like this, you begin to wonder how can small countries that are not buoyant enough, strong enough, with economical strategies, no much plan in shape, how can they survive all of this? How can they pull through? We're not even talking about Nigeria alone. We're talking about some other African countries that probably had exports, imports, dealings with the United States. So it's going to be hard, George. Don't you think so? It's going to be real hard.
In the short run, it's going to be hard. But listen to this. This is a rude awakening for the whole global trade system, whereby if America is rising up and saying, we are going to, have a trade war, tariff war with you, what the world needs to do is now put America by the side, renegotiate whatever you were exporting to the United States of America. Find out the countries that will need it. If America goes down today, the world will still survive. It is our complete dependency on American system that is causing this. Let them have their way. Renegotiate. Okay. Africa, come together. Trade with one another. Every barrier that has been placed by international countries or some of these first world countries, pull it down. Trade with one another. When it comes to minerals, all the minerals that we have that they're coming to steal from us, look at what's happening in Burkina Faso. Look at what's happening in some of these other countries. Say, okay, if you're going to be that way, I will be in control of my own resources. Trade together, find other countries that will be able to do these things. China is being maligned by US right now. China can rise up. Russia can rise up. And then they can begin to, say for instance, if they put in import tariffs on China, 100 and something %,
Okay.
Guess what can happen? Many of US companies now can go to other countries and
And
trade through China. They don't have to come direct. I did it in my days of trading. I was shipping cement. I was in the United States of America, and I was shipping cement from Cuba to Nigeria. That's what I was doing. How did I do it? I went through Russia.
George, so what you're
they can
saying is exactly this could mean a new way of doing business for the world.
Exactly.
Yes, the beginning of anything could be could look
difficult.
Difficult, could look very tough. But if everybody could, if we could jump past this, nations could now find out new business partners, new ways of doing business, new ideas of doing business and everything. So I really don't think it should be a world war like the Wall Street is saying. The Wall Street,
for instance,
economic countries.
For instance, when they placed the embargo against Russia, they wanted to cripple Russia. What did Russia do?
Russia jumped
Russia
over.
economy, they jumped over and started renegotiating their everything. Today, Russia is sitting pretty, right? That's what the world needs to do. The world is not coming to an end because of tariff war. Renegotiate with other countries. Come together. Europe, let them come together. Africa, come together. Asia, come together. You guys, every one of you can trade with one another. Renegotiate with one another. Let America be. America will turn out. America will turn out like North Korea, and if it's gonna fizzle within. If what is happening is not helping them, maybe this is the end of the global leadership of the United States of America. Who knows?
Who knows? George, this is resiliency. That's that spirit. And this has come because you're a black man. You've gone through a lot. You went through Biafran war, all of those poverty, all these situations in life. So you know how to be resilient and jump over obstacles, hindrances, and whatever it may be. So this goes out to all you economic policy managers and all the stuff. You don't need to panic over this. We need to sit back, find a way out when there's this kind of push, find another way, find another angle, find strategies and pull through, and not to create panic by declaring World War III over Trump's economic tariff. George, let's go on to.
Can I say something quickly?
All right, George, go.
You see these three countries: Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. ECOWAS, rise up, bring your brothers together. Do not worry about what is happening with the government there. Where you're saying that the military are taking over. Bring them back.
Bring them back.
Bring them back and trade with them, if it is possible. Because who is imposing this restriction? Who is imposing these restrictions? It is because of international law. What is happening around the world today? The people that are imposing democracy on us, are they actually upholding the principles of democracy?
So I wouldn't say
think about it.
Back. I would rather say look into what they are trying to do. The three EAS nation. Look into what they're trying to do. They are trying to, like you just said too, they are trying to start up a new way of business among themselves. So ECOWAS could look into that plan and probably do something about that instead of that dependence on the West that is crumbling now. George, let's crop up some more stories before we go. There's a story coming in from Anambra State. Today is African Update. So there's a story from Anambra that a lot of thousands of APC supporters and members have decamped to APGA, ABGA. ABGA. And ABGA, we know, is the party for the sitting governor, Soludo. So Soludo is so excited. He had a big welcome party for them. This gives small assurance that he might do a second term in the next election. George, what do you say? APC to ABGA.
ABGA is an Anambra raised political party. So it's not too far-fetched. A fruit never falls too far away from the tree. So if that is the case, maybe they're waking up. They just had one of the major problems that they had recently was they did APC did a gubernatorial nomination, primaries, and they chose a different person than one individual that we all thought that was going to win, which was what's his name again? What's his name? I forgot his name. I think they chose Chukwuma instead of this my friend that came. He met with us here. What's his name again? If you do remember. But anyway,
yeah.
So that's what's disrupting the whole thing. And he came out and was saying that there was some mago that took place, during the primaries. That most of his people that were supposed to be voting for him were not allowed into there, and they forced the votes and then took it away from him. So maybe that is the reason why what is happening is happening. I don't know. But if that is the case, ABGA is an Anambra political party. So, and, possibly if the people are upset, that's why they're jumping over. But when it comes to the national, it's still very possible that they will still vote APC. I don't know.
Let's see. Let's see that. I know you're APC man. Anyway, more of the African story. One last one is U.S. revokes visa for all South Sudan citizens. This is coming as a result of the deportation disputes they have. U.S. had some South Sudan citizen in America illegally. They mobbed them up, took them with a flight to Sudan, South Sudan, and the Sudanese government said, no, these are not our citizens. So that sprang up disputes among the two nations. So as at early this morning, the U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said South Sudan refusal to accept the returned nationals has escalated the decision to revoke all their visas. So South Sudan people will not be having visas to the United States. This looks like real tough immigration policy there. George, do you think that's the way to go?
Well, they're looking for excuses, if you give the Trump government any excuse whatsoever, they will grab it wholeheartedly. The U.S. government, they revoked their visas and barred entry for all South Sudanese nationals. Citing lack of cooperation with the government right now. But the point is this. What is happening is that a lot of people who went through South Sudan to enter the United States of America, who were not actually from South Sudan, they were trying to deport them back to South Sudan. And they're saying, these are not our citizens. Maybe they use the opportunity to come through us and to enter into your country. But when you bring them back to our country, we don't know who they are. So that's what is happening. Even up until now, the South Sudanese government have not made any comment whatsoever. But they ought to understand there is a new sheriff in town. And that sheriff is Donald Trump. And whatever he says, he doesn't care about diplomatic relationships or whatever. So he will he detects it how he wants it to be, and that's how it's going to be. So that's what is happening now. So the only thing they can do, go back now and renegotiate with the Emperor of the United States of America, and everything will be fine.
Emperor. You just called him an emperor.
That's my man, Trump. That's my man.
Anyway, that's the update from South Sudan. We know South Sudan is also going through some hard time. That ethnic ethnic war also still going on, and some real funny situations there. Now they've made it worse for them. They can't come to America, block all citizens, all visa for them. We hope they revoke that decision someday. George, let's wrap up.
I think they will. I think they will.
Mhm.
If they go back and renegotiate, and don't go making any negative
So
comment, because I know.
in negotiation to accept those citizens and say, okay, they are our people, bring them back home. That's what United States.
No. What they need to do is to prove to them that these are not our citizens. They can prove to them that these are not our citizens. But if you can help us to give us money to house them while they're here, then we'll do like what Rwanda did. Took money from Britain, and they're sitting pretty. That's it.
I took money from Britain and sitting pretty. That's a good one. George, we're done. We're done, George. And you did splendid. You did so well. But before we go, sad one. Pascal Edozie, George. This man was a great man. He made some impact in the financial sector in Nigeria.
Financial industry, yes, in Nigeria, yes.
We lost him yesterday, and it's sad that we lose minds, people that could be of help at this time when the world is really becoming something is too many crazy things happening. So the founder of the default Diamond Bank and former chairman of MTN Nigeria, Pascal Edozie, died yesterday. It's a statement coming from the family. He said the businessman died age 85. Anyway, he tried. He lived to.
He tried actually, and he lived a good life. He was he lived a good life, and he contributed largely to the economic welfare of Nigeria. So, our special condolences to your family, to his family. May the Lord strengthen them, comfort them at this time. From Schengen Story Media, we thank. We pray that they will be able to continue the legacy that he placed, because he lived a good life.
Wow, George, thank you. Beautiful. So, that's to Pascal Edozie, the family, our condolence. Thank you, viewers. Thank you, George. Thank you for, it's been wonderful. The discussion, we lost BD along the line there, but the discussion, George, are you there? Okay, I think I can see you.
Yes. I'm here.
Oh, good. Nice. All right, Georgie. So we'll come again on Friday.
Yes.
Viewers.
Let's keep hope alive. Don't get too despaired over what is happening around the world. It's been prophesied that it's going to happen. Let not your heart be troubled. Look forward. There is a bright light at the end of the tunnel, and that's what we are looking at. So don't die in the struggles of the moment. Keep hope alive.
Keep hope alive. George, I want to say thank you for repeatedly saying these words. It's encouraging. You boost our morale up with these words. And keep doing this, George, because we're in a time when people need to hear more of these encouraging words. People are losing sight. People are getting burned out. A lot of people are losing hope and everything. So thank you. Keep saying that. Keep saying more and more. And it lives in us. Thank you. All right, till we come again, viewers. Bye-bye.